Ladies and gentlemen, hello! Welcome back. Mindustry, Orbital Potato, that's me. Booyah. Okay, so, last episode we did a heck of a lot, actually. I think we built, or we combined, we made pretty much everything that we possibly can. Research tree-wise, we're doing pretty good. We've got the ground factory to unlock. We've got the microprocessor here, and then we've got the solar panel, and I think... Oh no, also we've got the Lancer to unlock as well. Okay. So that's pretty cool. I think we're gonna give the Frozen Forest a go. This is the second level, which is I guess kind of predetermined in the sense that it's not procedurally generated. So that's kind of exciting. What do we got here? We've got copper, lead, and coal in the world. Let's set up a little bit of coal, not coal extraction. What am I chatting about? Copper extraction. There we go. That's what I'm all about. Let's set up copper extraction before I, wander off and perhaps make some bad decisions. Let's at least sort out copper extraction so that we don't have to come back and find out that we're completely out of copper. All right, so that's looking pretty good. What have we got here? Now, we do have the ability to get a combustion generator. I do want to get a combustion generator for sure. We got a little pile of lead up there, a little pile of lead down here. Let's actually immediately sort out lead production as well, because I know for a fact that we're going to need lead in larger quantities on this level, probably than we've ever needed before, so that seems like a astute thing to do straight off the bat here, eh? Right, and then up this way. Sure, right across there. Man, that is satisfying. That is really, really satisfying. Love, love, love that. Okay, so next thing that we want to get is some immediate illumination. I don't want to deal with any of this nonsense. We'll delete that one there. Sure, we'll keep that in that configuration like so. We don't want to deal with this darkness. We want to see if we can try and get a little bit of a power setup going pretty much immediately. That covers everything. Cool. All right, so I think that should be more than enough lead, at least in the short term. Right, mechanical drills. Let's go over here. This is the last one. Probably not going to need terribly large amounts of power, but you never know. We might indeed. Thank you. Don't need to get any tips about that. We are well versed in the ways of power production. In fact, we understand completely how it works. Okay, good. A little bit of light over here. Excellent. Let's get a power node down, and then we'll just sort of drag. We'll drag this up here. Will that reach? It won't reach. We're going to have to put in a node manually there. Fine, and then we'll head up here and head over there. What do you know? That should be enough. That should be enough to get an illuminator. Except for an illuminator, we need graphite and we need silicon as well. Gosh darn it, we were so close. We were so close. We were so close. Right now, let's not dilly-dally. Let's go on a little exploration. What do we got up here? Nothing up here. Where do the enemies spawn? The enemies spawn right at the center here, by the looks of it. Don't think that they're going to spawn anywhere else. Probably worth investing in... Oh, this is a bit of a... This is a... Yeah, this is an interesting one, actually. Okay. We gotta be slightly concerned. We gotta be slightly concerned here. I've maybe left it a little bit late to be working on something like this here. But let's do this. That's fine. It's fine, and across here, and up here. All right, so pretty happy with that. We're probably going to want to see if we can try and block off a route around this way. I have no guarantee, of course, that the enemy are actually going to respect this boundary. I'm just going to hope that in the early game, the enemy decides not to come down this way, or at least to try and breach this wall. I don't think they will. It's probable that they won't, especially if I erect a large enough barrier between this route right here. So let's do that. Okay, then we'll head down here, pause the game just for a second. We'll get some routers, a little bit of router spam across there. Excellent. More router spam over here. More router spam over there. And I'll tell you what. I will throw in one more router for good measure. Right. Then that's going to give us the ability to place a surprisingly small amount of duos. But at the end of the day, doesn't really matter. Then we'll place some walls. We'll make sure that we place some additional walls over here. Just to be on the safe side again. And some backup walls over there. And that should be us. That should be us. That's a little bit of copper. Should get us through the early levels. If the enemy does indeed decide to attack from this angle, then we'll be in a little bit of trouble. But that's to worry about later. Okay. We do have this power capability as well. So I tell you what. Why don't we see if we can try and chuck down a couple of batteries? I feel like a couple of batteries would be prudent in this case, because we're not actually doing anything with our power. So why don't we chuck down as many batteries as we can reasonably afford. Let's go and check on this situation up here. If it's a flying enemy, we'll probably have issues as well. This is a pretty big boy. This is a pretty big boy. Yeah, okay, so that basically did nowhere near enough damage. That did absolutely nowhere near enough damage. And I think that we are going to be presented with a bit of a problem here. We need to think about the best way to tackle this. And I'm not sure what it is. Short term, it could very well be firing a different type of ammo out of here. Graphite, for example. Graphite might be the best solution to this little conundrum that we find ourselves in. I mean, graphite just requires coal. So if we're able to pump up coal, then that'd be fine actually. All right. Sure. Let's start using graphite as the firing resource here. Cool. We'll see if we can try and find a little bit of coal nearby. There is not much coal nearby. At all. Right. Well. We're gonna have to do it. I'm committed now. This is worrying. Okay, cool. And right up into there. I'm scared because this could go tremendously badly wrong. Right. Let's wipe those out. And we can replace these as soon as they're out of ammo. I can punt in a couple of extra duos here to take advantage of the fact that we got a couple of extra spaces. Don't know if it's going to make altogether too much of a difference. We'll have to wait and see. At least we'll be able to get them up and running. Cool. But yeah, we're a little bit resource poor on this level. Yeah. We need more copper. And we need it fast. Need the copper stat. Okay. Go. Keep on going. Yeah, okay. I mean, that's a terrifying early couple of enemies that we've got spawned up at the top. Don't like the look of that. Let's head up there and see what we've got going on. We need to check out what's happening. Yeah, okay. Less problem with that one. Very, very happy with the way that went. We're gonna hopefully see the graphite starting to pile up here. Yeah, a couple of these duos should be using graphite now after expending all of their copper ammo. So that's at least a step in the right direction. Good stuff. This is somewhat of a problem. I got a little workaround for this. That allows us to use a bridge conveyor here. Sure. There we go. Let's stick a overflow. What am I looking for? Overflow gate. There we go. Okay, overflow gate. We're going to put all of the additional copper out off to the sides. And we should just be able to move all of the additional copper onto this belt over here, which should mean that we're able to intake a few additional extra units of copper. Okay, so we're actually fine for coal. We're fine for coal on this level. Coal is not a problem. Silicon is silicon buildable? I don't actually think that silicon is, unless there is a patch of sand that I have just not seen. I didn't think that I saw silicon as an option at the start, but there you go. Copper walls over here. I think this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this. Copper walls are gonna go over here. The enemy will no doubt decide to attack copper walls, but maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to throw in a couple of components before that happens. There we go. Cool. Excellent. So we just need to connect this up to our main power network. There we go. Excellent. And then hopefully we'll have time just to throw down a couple of these arcs. Excellent. We should have enough resources to do that. Okay. So that's at least a little bit of a backup. It's a little bit of at least a little bit of a backup plan. And it means that we're able to much more easily replicate these weapons here. And that is important for a couple of reasons. We don't have much space. We don't have much space to actually target the enemies. And so we've got to be very careful with the space that we do have to make sure that it's being appropriately utilized for what we need. I need to get an additional power node here. And sure. All right. That's looking a little bit better. Nice. Okay, we're probably going to need a couple of additional nodes. I didn't realize, but nodes are only allowed to have 10 connections at max. That's fine. Power is honestly our most renewable resource here, which sounds like absolutely obscene to say. But coal is a renewable resource, at least in this game anyway. We've fantastically got the... we've got a very large stockpile of coal in comparison to pretty much everything else. Okay, the Scorch is good. Scorch is good. Okay, give me an overflow gate over here, and then we'll actually feed this back. This needs to be done very carefully here. There we go. And comes down over there. Wonderful. And then we basically just want to feed this graphite line back to the base so that we're able to start making some graphite constructions. Much like the Scorch, to be honest. Much like the Scorch. Using the Scorch in this circumstance, I think, would be pretty good. The Scorch fires coal and or pyrite. Is it pyrite? No, that's not the one that I was after. The Scorch uses pyrite. Yeah, it is pyrite. Cool. All right, so we're utilizing graphite. We're utilizing the overflow gate as well, which means that we've got a strategy. We've got a backup strategy. I do still require an anti-air configuration. And can the scatter fire? No, it can't fire graphite. It can only fire lead, which means that we need to be very careful about that. This is good, though. This is good. These arcs are brilliant, at least brilliant in the short term. Scatters. Right. Let's get a scatter over there. Actually, I'll get a couple of them over here as well. I think that's a good idea, actually. I'm kind of thinking that I have to use this pile of lead over here in order to supply them, unless there's a pile of lead. There's a pile of lead over here. I think this is maybe a little bit better for us. Right, so that should be plenty. That should be plenty of lead. And we just bring it back up. Beautiful. And up here. Get rid of that. And very simple setup. Router there, and router there. And then we just route between the two locations. Of course, I messed that up. That's fine. And right into there. Excellent. And replace the router there. What do you know? That should be lead. That should be anti-air. Now, that's probably not enough coverage. We're probably going to need to make sure that we get a couple of additional Scatters. Already got one up there. Gonna get one over here. This is just to make sure that the... I guess the left-hand side. What is the technical term for the left-hand side? The western side. Yeah, sure. The western side. Just to make sure that the western side of the base is appropriately covered as well. Man, you are able to build so freaking fast. It's actually ludicrous what you can do. Look at this. And it automatically builds all of the junctions as well. Like, that is super nice. That is super nice. We can actually delete all of these. There's no real need to have... There's no real need to have all of these additional copper walls here. Fine. Okay, so that's lead sorted. That's our anti-air solution sorted. Whether that is going to be good enough, I guess we'll have to wait and see. There we go. I'll take a crack at the enemy. Very good. Very, 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 very good. Very, very happy with that. Super, super, super happy with that. Nothing is getting past our arc lightning operation at this moment in time, which is excellent. Right. Research Tech 3. Where are we? What do we want to do? Probably silicon, right? Probably silicon? I mean, we need a little bit of silicon for... We get solar panels. Sure. All right. We actually have a little bit of silicon income through the previous bases, which is kind of nice. We'll pick up the microprocessor there as well. All right. We can pick up most of the ground factory, and then I guess we'll get an upgrade to the core as well at some point very, very soon indeed. Let's bring the next level in. I'm feeling supremely confident, which is, of course, a terrible feeling to feel, because you get complacent. You get complacent when you feel confident. There you go. Right, so, more. I need more enemies. I need more enemies. We did lose a little bit of wall. We did lose a little bit of wall there. But, I mean, we're not even taking damage here. We're not even taking damage. I kind of want to see what the heck happens when we actually are tested. Genuinely very, very curious to see what happens when we're actually tested. Let's do the old switcheroo, shall we? So, I'm gonna see if we can try and replace all of these old copper walls with slightly bigger variants. The added benefit of having a larger copper wall is that as long as it doesn't drop below 0 HP, it can still be repaired. Because the large copper wall has a larger health pool, it should get destroyed less rapidly. And therefore, we're totally fine. Alright. Keep it coming, keep it coming, keep it coming. We can still farm the bad guys with this setup over here. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Yeah, we still are managing to get by, no issues whatsoever. I'm hovering over the power node right now. You can see that I've got 71 out of 88k of battery remaining. So we are totally fine for battery at this moment in time. In fact, I don't even think that this is going to be a problem whatsoever. We might face one of those wall crawlers. Would even that represent a problem? Maybe. Maybe. Depending on which way the wall crawler decided to go. If the wall crawler decides to go this way, that would be a problem. That would be a big old problem. But I'm going to choose to believe that that's not going to happen, and we're going to be able to complete the level in, like, a couple of seconds. Yeah, I need to not be as bold as I'm being. These flame boys don't present much of a melee thing. There we go. Sector captured. It's just that freaking simple. Okay, that was really, really nice. I think that we've unlocked pretty much everything that we can. A switch, a toggleable switch. Yeah, I'll get it. Sure, it's pretty easy. Message stores a message for communication between allies. We're not going to need that. Memory cell. Threw a couple of bits of silicon in there. A pneumatic drill. Okay, so I think that that's only been unlocked after we captured this area. So that's kind of nice. A pneumatic drill is going to allow us to build many more improvements much more rapidly. So that's very exciting indeed. Okay, let's head back to the planet map, shall we? Let's head back to the planet map. Where are we headed to next? Ruinous Shores. Ruinous Shores, we're not able to get there yet. Same with Overgrowth. We're not quite there yet. The craters. The craters. Threat is still low. I feel like we just go straight to the craters, right? We just go straight to the craters as soon as we possibly can. What do we need? A little bit of additional copper. A little bit of additional copper, and we will be ready to go. I think so. We've also managed to gather a good amount of graphite on this level, which is quite nice, I will say. What are we at? 1.5k, 1.6k. I think 1.6k is what we need in order to head to the next area. Okay, so far nothing. Okay, I need 20 more bits, or 10 more bits of copper. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's probably enough, right? Frozen Forest over to the craters. Okay, let's go the craters. Let's go the craters. That only took us 20 minutes. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. And the holy cow, okay, that's a lot of resources that we've got available on this level. No titanium, though. No titanium, if you'll recall. All right, in pause mode, I'm just going to have a little look around. What is that? A kiln. A kiln. What does that allow us to make? I don't know, but we have a pneumatic drill on sand here. Steam generator. Okay, steam generator is functionally useless because we do not have any pipe infrastructure at the moment. All right, let's do what we have come to regularly do at this point here. We will set up a basic mining operation. Try and stagger our bits of copper. There we go, right up there. Right up there. That was a miscalculation. Yep. And cool. Is that everything connected? I think that's everything connected. Apart from this one. Fine. Alright. Probably not the most optimum way of tackling that, but at the end of the day, it should be good enough. Should be good enough. Right. So that's copper. Let's grab lead as well. Want to see if we can try and get pneumatic drills up and running as quickly as possible. Thing about pneumatic drills is that I'm almost certain. Yep, they require a semi-advanced resource, graphite. Yeah. Base drill speed 0.6 items per second, whereas the mechanical drill is 0.4 items per second. Okay. So about 50% better. About 50% better. Well, exactly 50% better. If you want to be specific. There we go. Lovely. So a little bit of lead goes a long way. Oh, we didn't get illuminators. We didn't get illuminators on the last level. That's because we didn't have silicon. I remember now. Let's get a very, very basic power infrastructure here. Very, very basic power infrastructure. There we go. Combustion generator. We'll get a good couple of those. Bash them down. Solar panels we can get, but we need silicon. So that's okay. I am determined to get illuminators this level. I am absolutely determined to get illuminators this level. We've got a mechanical drill with a duo here. There's no need to necessarily rush it. This is a good opportunity for us to perhaps expand a little bit and get some additional resources for the tech tree. But I do indeed suspect that we'll probably be relying heavily on arcs again. Just because I think that's the preferred way of... killing enemies. To my mind, anyway. I like using the electric weaponry. It's pretty darn cool, to be honest. Right, a little bit more lead production. Cool. Let's head up and let's see what we can do over here. This area is interesting. This area is interesting. The kilns. I don't know if I can actually get the kilns up and running. Can I? I don't even know what a kiln freaking does. Does that even work? I don't even think it works, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think these pneumatic drills actually work. Unless they require power and I'm just completely missing the point. No, I don't think they do. I don't think they do require power. Right, so the enemy is en route. The enemy's en route. Where's the enemy actually coming from? Ah, over here. I should be able to take this one out. No problems. This one's on me, folks. This one's on me. And even if it's not, Even if it's not, what is the worst that it can possibly destroy? Yeah. The worst that it can possibly destroy is like a power node or something functionally meaningless. Right. Okay. All the way up here. All the way up here. And let's make this the choke point. Let's make this the choke point over here. Right. Copper wall. We'll get this. We'll get rid of that. In fact, you know what? It doesn't even need to be big. It doesn't even need to be big bits. It just needs to be small bits to ensure that they are rooted in a different direction. And then we'll create, you know, some form of a maze. Doesn't necessarily need to be... Doesn't necessarily need to be crazy. But something like this should... I mean, probably over-engineering in the extreme here. There we go. There we go. We'll see what they decide to do. We'll see what the enemy decide to do. We'll see which way they decide to route, I'm sure. Wow, more lead. More lead. That's what we're after. Right. Part of the idea behind leaving the lead in this area is so that we can hopefully get a scatter connected right up. So we'll build this first. It's gonna yeah, okay. Alright, fine. You explode on that and do very, very little damage, and more than anything, decide to hurt my feelings. That was about the extent of the usefulness of that engagement. I need way more lead. I need way more lead. Why the heck is all of my lead... Why the heck is all my lead just not going where I want it to go? Also, we should 100% get some graphite presses down. The fact that I haven't got some graphite presses down is bad. Like, I really need to be opening immediately with graphite presses. Like, that is what I should be doing. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, graphite press immediately. Yeah. Good. Graphite press immediately. Into here, just like so. Boom. We'll start building this as well. And routers need to go across here. And you know what? We can do some copy-pasting stuff. We can do some copy-pasting stuff. Fine. And then we go copy, paste, paste, paste. Right, so that's going to make a big old difference. That's going to make a big old difference. We'll get some smelters down real soon. Okay, you know what? They're going to blow up useless stuff anyway. Fine. Totally fine with that. Okay. Excellent. Did I manage to get down 2 power nodes? I need to get another power node. I completely bungled the placement of that power node. That's ridiculous. Okay, we got some arcs now, which is really, really nice. Got some arcs. Let's create a route for the enemy. Let's create a route for the enemy, but let's create it in such a manner that they have to snake past these arcs in the first place. Again, probably ridiculously over-engineering this, but it doesn't particularly matter. You'll notice that the waves are getting tougher, you know, over the course of time, and also they're getting more numerous. So we need to consider that. We need to consider that going forward. Batteries, I definitely should get, but batteries should not be on the front line. In fact, they should be somewhere over here. Yeah, they should absolutely not be on the front line. Wow, we need so much lead that it's not even funny. This is kind of ridiculous. Okay, sort out the lead situation, and then we can talk about doing anything, literally anything more complex after we get more lead. Okay, I heard an explodey. I heard an explodey. What happened? Okay, that's okay. What? Where the heck is all of our power going? Where the heck is all of our power going? Right. Something that I should have done a little while ago. Little top tip here for you. Okay, there's our power. Is our power going into batteries? Oh, no. Okay, we got it. 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 How the heck did that happen? How the heck did that happen? Power is plus 60 at the moment. We're not doing anything with our power. Is it just that we don't have any power coming from this coal? Is that literally it? Do we just not have anywhere near enough power? I mean, this is looking a little bit better, where we're charging up our batteries here. But I still don't really understand where the heck our power is going. We got a hail over here. Interesting. Right, don't bother with those. Don't bother with those. 3 batteries should be plenty. We cannot afford. We cannot afford to build on this coal deposit here. As it turns out, that we need every single little deposit possible. That can go straight into that line over there. You know what? Sure. We'll get a few little extra bits of copper production. Right, I gotta go check on what's going on up here. Looks like whatever happened, it was completely fine. Right, that's excellent. That's really, really good. Power situation is good. Stored power is high. Stored power is very, very high, and that's pretty important, you know? That's pretty freaking important. We don't even have any extra resources up here. We don't even have any extra resources up here. How crazy is that? Silicon smelter. Let's get the silicon smelter up and running. 1 coal and one sand. That's right. Oh, gosh. There's just not very much of anything good. There's just nothing good. There's just nothing good. There is just nothing good. Right. Let's do the old trick. The old trick. There we go. Just like that. So, if we highlight that, copy paste. Yeah, that'll probably be enough. Is this not sand? Is this not sand? I thought that was sand. I legitimately thought that was entirely sand. Alright, well, you know what? We're going to have to move the production operation down here. Take this up, please. I don't even know if we get our resources back, to be honest with you. I guess it doesn't particularly matter. There we go. Alright. Let's build all of this. Let's build all of this. Let's build all of it real quick. Sand. Yeah, look at the difference. This is not sand. This is sand, apparently. Tell you what, this would be a good opportunity to maybe invest in some pneumatic drills. There we go. Drill speed is looking mighty fine. Sure. You can just come down on any one of these areas over here. Now, coal. Coal. We're going to have to put a significant amount of effort into coal extraction over here. If we are going to be extracting, why the heck don't we use some better drills? It's a great idea, Potato. It's a great idea. In fact, every single drill that we should have, unless there is a bloomin' good reason for it, should be upgraded to a pneumatic drill. Yeah, 100%. Right, so let's not run this belt into the... Yeah, run it into there. Cool. All right, what's going on over here? Still fine. We're still fine over here. We're still fine over here. Let's build up some more arcs. Build up some more arcs. And maybe finish out rebuilding this over here. Cool. All right. I mean, it's a little bit of a jank setup, but at least it works, right? At least it freaking works. Silicon smelting. Bring this down. Bring this down. Really don't want to build over that coal deposit there. We also need to get power. Is this going to be enough. I don't think that we're going to have enough power now. I think our power usage is going to spike, and I don't think that we're going to be able to maintain full capacity in these batteries. I mean, it actually looks like we are able to maintain full capacity in the batteries, at least for now. Logic, we don't need to worry too much about logic for the short term anyway. That's fine. Right. You know what? We should just join this. Just join this belt up. Just join this belt up. There's no rush of it really, or there's no real need to worry about a backlog. I don't think, unless perhaps I'm just being ridiculously optimistic, and in fact, we should worry about a backlog. Let's worry about a backlog. Let's worry about a backlog. Right. This is a mess. This is a real mess. This is a real mess. I hope you see what I'm trying to do. There we go. Okay, so now we got a bespoke silicon belt. Kind of bespoke up until the point where we get graphite, but that's okay. Can I upgrade these drills? I can straight up upgrade these drills. Oh, that's really nice. Okay. So let's get all of our key drills upgraded. As long as we've got graphite, we should be fine, right? We don't have any more graphite, so we need more graphite. That's good. That's good. That provides us a reason to move on this project over here. There we go, and route that along there. Wonderful. Okay. So, as soon as we can upgrade these drills, we should. Excellent. We can upgrade them both. Wonderful. Okay. No threats over here. Ooh, that was an explodey boy, I presume. Or maybe a flamey boy. Guardian approaching in 10 waves. Okay. That's, I think, a boss. I presume that it's a boss. I don't know if it's a flying type of boss. I have no freaking idea what a guardian is. What I do know is that I am absolutely terrified of the prospect. Let's get a Lancer. Charges and fires powerful beams of energy at ground targets. Shock Mine releases electric arcs upon enemy unit contact. Sure, let's go. Anything else? Memory cell. Sure, we'll do that as well. Don't need to, but that's okay. A ground factory. An air factory. Let's get an air factory. Let's get a flare. Let's not get a flare. We don't have the silicon for it. We don't actually have the silicon for anything else. Yeah. Okay, we need way more silicon. We need way more silicon. And to be honest, the problem at the moment seems to be in the sand department. Seems to be in the sand department. So if we could just get some more sand, that'd be pretty excellent. Similarly, we are still in need. We're still in need of more coal for graphite. Wowzers, we need a lot more coal than we currently have. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. We've got fully upgraded mines on pretty much everything. Are we exploiting every single coal source around the map? Not necessarily everyone. I should do more over here. I mean, there's no reason not to, right? Given that belts are so unbelievably cheap, even these drills are super cheap at a point, you know? There we go. I don't really care about the space efficiency of this setup, as long as we get it done, then that's fine. Okay. No coal up here. No coal up here. There's a little bit of coal in the danger zone. Technically speaking, of course. Okay, I really don't like what's happening over here. You know what we can also do? I think I'm, again, gonna live dangerously. Yeah, let's do it. Let's live dangerously. Let's see if we can try and capture all of the... Let's see if we can try and capture all of the coal sources over here. I think that we can, you know? I think that we can. It just means that we need to move quickly. Ground factory. What does the ground factory require? I have no idea. You know that? I have absolutely no idea. It's been a long time since I built a grand factory. Okay, it also takes about a bazillion years to actually build. Fine. Let's build a couple of Lancers. So, Lancers are also electrically charged beings. Arcs are also electrically charged beings. We've already got a whole bunch of arcs anyway. Arcs to fill in the gaps. Yeah, nice. And I also wanted to get a couple of menders down here. Menders are 100%. That's not a mender, not even close to it. Yeah, menders. Oh boy, this was unexpected to say the least. Also, we got one bit was destroyed, but that one bit was destroyed because it was in the enemy range. Okay. Nice, nice. Okay, good stuff. We got there just in time. It was a little lastminute.com sort of affair, but that's fine. Okay. What I'm doing right now is just securing the power supply, making sure that there we go. Making sure that the power supply is not going to hopefully be in a super compromising position. Let's pick this up. Let's build these large copper walls in place over here. Excellent. Very, very happy with that decision. And similarly so, let's get these upgraded to large copper walls. It is going to take a little minute. It's going to take a hot minute, as the kids say these days. I think that's what they say these days. I don't know. Yeah, it's going to take a hot minute. We'll take a hot minute. I appreciate taking a hot minute. I don't know where I'm going with that. Either way, I'm very, very happy with this defense here. I'm very, very happy with this defense as it gives us access to more coal, which is really the whole point of this operation. It's actually kind of nice to take a second to build all these copper walls, because it means that when we finish building the copper walls, we should have no issues at all, and all of our other infrastructure will be completed. Wow, I think we just power stalled really, really hard. Thankfully, we do have a non-powered backup, or an unpowered backup with these duos. Yeah, that's super yikes. That's super duper yikes. That is super duper duper yikes. Okay, here's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna have an overflow valve. In fact, it's gonna be a reverse. It's gonna be called an underflow gate, which means that instead of we should just basically prioritize sending things up here, and then if we've got any extra, it'll head out to the sides. The reason that we're going to do this is that we need to absolutely categorically get some combustion generators up and running over here that will hopefully supply a little bit more power. Also, have solar panels. I should be using them. Here we go. We're not going to be able to build many, but I hope it'll be enough. Batteries, similarly so. Let's get a couple of batteries down. There we go. Excellent. Okay, just get an extra power node in there. Again, just to be safe. I need to build an illuminator. I haven't built an illuminator yet. Let's build an illuminator. Okay, it's a little bit... I suppose it kind of illuminates a little bit. Alright. I don't know how much power it actually uses, but it's probably not great. It's probably not great for the power. But that's okay. Right, these Lancers use a heck of a lot of power. Oh my lordy, do they use a lot of power. This Guardian thing, by the way, that is supposedly coming in a couple of levels, couple of turns. Pretty terrified about it still. Terrified. It might be an aerial boss. If it's an aerial boss, then I'm going to make sure that we are going to be able to counter it. And I'm going to build a whole bunch of scatters. That's right. A whole bunch of scatters. There we go. Excellent. That was not necessary. That is not necessary either. Wonderful. Okay, so what do we want to do with this coal? What do we want to do with this coal? Not entirely convinced that I know what I want to do with this coal yet. Maybe we just connect it up to this belt over here so that we can further our silicon investments. I mean, it's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea at all. We're definitely going to need additional coal. We're already using this coal for power purposes, which is pretty good. We do need more batteries, though. Boy, oh boy, we need more batteries. Guardian approaching in 5 waves. Okay. That was actually quite well done. Quite well handled. Large copper wall. Let's get this upgraded. That was destroyed, but it was destroyed because it was in the enemy area. Fine. That is 100% going to get destroyed. 100%. These are all going to get destroyed. I don't even know why I'm bothering. This is a disaster waiting to happen. This is a disaster waiting to happen. There we go. All right. There we go. Rebuild that. Try not to make it suck this time, potato. It's always a good game plan, you know? I'd rather over-prepare. I would rather over-prepare for this enemy here. Let's get some scorches as well. Let's get some scorches. So we'll get some scorches. Scorches, if you can recall, are these flame burners. I believe that they just need straight up coal. Yeah, they just need straight up coal in order to work. It's just that simple. So that's nice. What else can we do? We can build a couple of extra scatterers. These ground factories. Oh yeah, we don't actually have any units available at the moment. A flare or a dagger. Let's get a dagger. Let's get a dagger, and that'll put us in a good position, I think. We should be able to select from this list. Yeah, look at that. Okay, what do we need? We need silicon and we need lead. All right, well, that's not happening. Let's get rid of that. I'd rather devote my power resources to all of this fancy weaponry over here. Don't need to worry about any of that. Pyrite mixer. Don't think that we need to worry about pyrite, not even slightly. Power sources. Don't think that we're in a bad position when it comes to power sources. I'll get a couple of additional lancers. Again, I'd rather over-prepare. I'd rather over-prepare, folks. I would rather over-prepare. Okay. But we're almost there. Let's bring the enemies in, shall we? The only thing that perturbs me is our rate of power burn. That's the only thing that worries me. Should we throw down a little bit more silicon? A little bit more silicon solar panelage? Sure, let's do it. Throw down a little bit of extra silicon solar panelage, just to ensure that we always have positive power. Let's also get another overflow gate. Another overflow gate in here to output over there. I don't think that we'll ever really need the overflow gate here, but just in case. It's a double check. A double check. This situation is also kind of garbage, but it's actually super easy for us to fix. So as you can see, we got far too much sand on the sand belts. But thankfully, due to the sort of modular nature of this system, it's quite easy for us to just add an extra input into the top line of routers over here, and that's going to allow us to much more easily make silicon, which is going to use more coal, of course, but I don't think that that's necessarily a problem. Not one that we need to consider at this moment in time anyway. Cool. All right. All of our coal is being mined effectively. The scatters are ready to rock and roll at a moment's notice. Got plenty of illumination. Situation down here is okay as well. I could do with getting a few more of these properly upgraded pneumatic drills, though, couldn't I? Yeah, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all. To be honest, our graphite production in general is pretty shameful. Pretty darn shameful. But I guess it is what it is, you know. We're 18 waves into this level. Let's see. I'm ready. I'm ready for the Guardian, I think. I'm ready for the Guardian. If it's an aerial enemy, then we'll face it head on. If it's a ground-based enemy, we've got plenty of arcs, we've got plenty of scorches, we've got backup arcs, we've got everything. We've got everything that we could possibly need. The only potential downside is if it is an aerial enemy, we're going to be a little bit unprepared unless the enemy comes at us over here, which I'm not going to worry about. You know, confidence is key. Confidence is key. We gotta fight the enemy head on. One last thing that I should probably do. Let's get a couple of menders, a couple of additional menders. Menders mean business. Let's do it. And power. Let's get some illumination over here as well. None of that weak illumination. There we go. Good stuff. I want to see what the power draw is on the system from illuminators. Okay, I think we're ready. I think we're ready to take this. Okay, this is the Guardian. Guardians are armored. Weak ammo such as copper and lead is not effective. Use higher tier turrets or graphite duo/salvo ammunition to take Guardians down. Okay, I think it's an aerial unit. That's definitely an aerial unit. Now, this is exactly what I worried about, and this is exactly why I'm super happy that we have all of these scatters. Wow, okay. At the end of the day, that was actually kind of easy. The good thing is, we were prepared for it. If we weren't, we would have had some pretty serious issues. Now, of course, in the late game, I know for a fact that you are facing waves upon waves upon waves upon waves of Guardians. So we have to be super concerned about the prospect of that happening at some point later down the line. However, things are looking pretty darn good. If we zoom out to the planet map just for a millisecond, you can see, yeah, we're doing pretty good. I think the next area that we need to go to will require unlocking a few different additional bits of technology. So we may, in fact, the tech tree requires the steam generator. Is the steam generator here? Battery, steam generator. Oh, there you go. Boom. Steam generator. That's, it's just that simple. Okay, looks like we're going to the biomass synthesis facility. It's the first area that we're tackling that's going to have a medium threat level. How's it going to go? I don't know. Tune in next time to find out. Ladies and gents, thank you ever so much for watching this episode of Mindustry. My name, of course, has been ObitoPotato. Thanks, as ever, to the fantastic support over on the Patreon page, patreon.com/ObitoPotato. Thanks to Banana Ananas, C Senpai, and Aurelio for being the 3 $25+ plus tier patrons. Thank you very much for watching, folks. I'll see you next time. Bye.